That's effing sweet.
Hello everyone, welcome to another client first live build. Today we are going to build Shopify's website, shopify.com, and we are going to cover from the very basics of client first. We are going to build out some sections, and we have some interesting sections like this globe. I think I'm going to use Finsweet globe for this particular section, and a lot of interesting sections. So we basically did a voting on Twitter for three websites, and we got most vote for this one, shopify.com. So we are going to build this today. But before we continue building the website, we start building website, I would like to inform that just like other live streams that we have done in the past, we are going to do more of these live streams, client first live builds. And you get a chance to get discounts on client first certifications when they come out. For that, you need to register and fill up a form that Victoria is going to provide you on the chats. So feel free to go there on the form and fill up that form, mark your attendance that you have attended the live stream. Whenever the client first certification comes out, we are going to give you a surprise. And yeah, so basically you have to attend a number of streams. So right now the number is at least four streams. If you have attended, you will get the discount. We are not sure how many streams we are going to do, but we are doing these streams as we go. Yeah, feel free to ask any questions about client first certifications in the chats as well. We will try our best to answer all of those. And that is all I have for client first certification. Now we can jump into the live build itself. Let's say who we are. Let's first welcome everyone who we have in the chats. Prakhar is here. Hello, Prakhar. And Penny is here. Hello, Penny from Canada. Oh, nice. Everyone is basically showing their countries. That's amazing. So Penny is from Canada. Hello, hello, Penny. Hello, Canada. And then we have Thais Zochi. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. From Brazil. Hello, Thais. Matthew is here from UK. Hello, Matthew. Welcome to the stream. We have Fred from Florida. Nice. Our stream is incomplete without that phrase. Fred from Florida, welcome to the stream. Again, Swati is here. Hi, Swati. Welcome to the stream. Swati from India. Nice. Nice to have you here. Let's see who else we got. We got Jorge from Mexico. Is that right? Jorge, nice to have you here. Resad Gariko, what's up from Indonesia? Wow, we have people from so many countries. Love it. Nice. Let's see who else we have today. Deepak Sharma. Hello, Deepak. How are you? We have Yuan. Hi, Yuan. Welcome to the stream. Nice. Sushan is here. Hello, Sushan. Welcome to the stream. D from Pakistan. Daniel. Hi. Welcome to the stream. Hello from Iraq. Hello, guys. Okay, guys, I think we can start working on the website. And feel free to ask any questions on the chats as well. I will take some breaks during the stream so that I can answer any of those. I will try to come back to the chats once in a while building the website. But yeah, let's just start building the website. To get started with, you have to first clone the client first clonable, which is the official starter project, and you can find it on the client first website itself. Victoria can share the link with you, but yeah, I can show it here as well for now. Let's see. So from here you can click on get the clonable, finsweet.com/client first, and here you can clone it in your own workspace to get started for any Webflow project that you want to build on client first. So this is the project that I have cloned, and I do want to start from the very basics this time. By I'm going to show how you can add fonts as well, how you can add assets. So Victoria will also provide you assets for the build. So assets, I mean all the images and videos we are going to use. I was not able to extract all the videos because of some, I think, security measures that they're taking on the website. But yeah, we do have enough videos to pull this off. And yeah, I'm going to first import all the assets that we have inside the project. So let me do that really quick. You can also import. I have already exported, and here we go. You can see the Dropbox link. If you want to follow along, you can download those assets and upload them in the project as well. But I am going to upload all the assets, and I can see some errors already. which is fine. If I, if we need to kind of upload the assets on the go, we can do that as well. But I think we have enough assets to get started with. Maybe I should have imported this already before the stream, but yeah, uh, it's kind of, some of the assets got corrupted, I believe. It's fine. Yeah, some of the assets got corrupted, which is fine. We have a good amount of assets, we can extract them as we go as well. So once the assets are in there, also one more thing, guys. Right now I have not named the assets correctly. Like you can see, they are assets 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, like that. But whenever you are building a website, please make sure to have correct name and proper name for the asset, because of the reason, when you want to search for something, let's say arrow icon, so you can search it here and it will appear, right? Just for the time being, I have not named it, but it's always a good practice. Whenever you do client projects, real projects, you name all the assets properly. Now I will go to the site settings and upload the fonts that we have. So Shopify is using, I'm using what font extension to check it. So Shopify is using this font, Shopify Sense. I think we should not use it. First of all, I think it's a custom font that they have built for themselves. So I think it will not be a great idea to use this. I'm not sure about the licenses and all. So the best way to use, uh, you know best way for us will be to use a custom font that we can use. For that, what I'm going to use is, let me show you. We are going to use a custom font today, and the font we are going to use is DM Sense. So I am going to go to the fonts in the site settings, and I am going to upload a custom font. I can select a custom font from here as well, from the list that appears here. But it's always a good practice to upload your custom font, because of certain things like font swap property, and uh, it's always a good idea to upload your custom fonts, just to have some important properties and security basically. So here I'm going to upload all the custom fonts that I have downloaded from the internet. You can also go to Google Fonts website right here, fonts.google.com, and here you can search any Google font that you want to download. So for example, I want to download DM Sense. I will simply go here and download the whole family. Once I have downloaded the whole family, I will custom upload them inside Webflow. So you can see that they are right here, and I can change the name, but it looks fine. Let's just keep it this way and upload all the fonts. There we go. I think, nice. Last one. Okay, so all the fonts are uploaded now, which you can see right here. Nice. uh, you can actually do a few things before you start building your project. For example, if you go to the general settings, you can set your language code. Again, this is something that you can do at later part as well, not especially part of client first, but just generally good practice of Webflow, how you make websites. So for example, setting proper language code and time zones for, from where the client's website is, from where the website belongs. And you can remove made in Webflow and all. So I think I will keep the made in Webflow for now. And then basically go to SEO and disable the subdomain indexing, so that, for example, I'm working on FS Live Build 6, right? um, this is right now in staging environment. I don't want this website to appear in Google search. So for that, I have to disable this indexing means, again, your site appearing on the Google search results. That is basically indexing. So if you want to disable that, that is important again for a staging environment. Just here, turn this option on, switch on, and then click save changes. And yeah, I think for now we are good for these things. And I will simply go to the designer after I save the changes. Nice. Let's publish this again just to make sure the changes are saved. Nice. Go to designer. Jane is here. Greetings from Finland. Hello, Jane. Tomek, hello from Poland. Florian is asking, I would like to know if in this website you use custom website. Hmm. That will be interesting to use Webflow without code with client first. I'm sorry if I understand that question correctly, Florian. I would like to know if in this website you use custom website. Do you mean custom code? Interesting to use Webflow without code and with client first. Can you please maybe rephrase that question? Excuse me, you have many corrupt file in your Dropbox. Yeah, Florian. I think there are corrupt files in the Dropbox. I downloaded them using an extension, because it's kind of very time taking to download them individually. But it's fine. You can use other images as well. This is again, an educational stream. You don't have to copy exactly what they have. A lot of things, a lot of images, and all the videos. But yeah, we will try to replicate things as much as possible. Assets itself is not a big issue, but next time I will make sure that I'm uploading them before I'm checking all the assets before we upload them to Webflow. Yeah, so let's start the build now. So first I'm going to go on the home page, and I'm going to delete this template starter text that we have here, make everything super clean, just like this. There we go. One thing I now I started doing is kind of creating a page core template. So for example, I have the page wrapper, which is the first element of the page core structure in client first. So we have page wrapper, inside which we have the global styles embed. Then we have again a div block. Here we add our navbar, right? So what I basically do is have this main wrapper here, just like this. And once the nav bar is created, let's add a nav bar. Nav bar always remains outside the main wrapper. So this is how the structure is. Page wrapper, embed, nav bar, then main wrapper. Inside main wrapper, we are going to put all the sections. And then we will have a footer, basically. So for example, right now I'm going to take Webflow's footer. So this is how the page core structure looks like. Uh, Everything remains inside page wrapper. In very rare cases you might want to push things out of page wrapper, but yeah, by default everything remains inside the page wrapper for better flexibility of moving things around and moving sections from page to page. Yep, so let's start building this. I'm going to delete footer for now. We will edit later. Nav bar is fine, we will keep it for now. Let's see how they have it here. And I can see that when I am scrolling, I think they are using two nav bars. One of them kind of remains in the top. You can see that it's not sticky. But then again, another nav bar comes in right after we actually scroll in the main wrapper itself. So I think I will use two nav bars here, which will have same symbol inside, same component inside. So yeah, let's plan it accordingly as well. Then we have a hero section that is kind of going all over, and nav bar is right here. So yeah, let's get started into this. So first, inside the main wrapper, I'm going to take a div block, and you can also take a section block, and I'm going to name this as section hero. Okay, because this is a hero section. And I can also name it section home header, which is also fine. So home hero, home header. When naming things, we have to keep in mind that we are name the purpose of the class itself. uh, how you name it will eventually make the class flexible or limited to a specific page or section. So right now if I name it section home hero, it will limit this class to home page only. If I name it section hero, now this is a hero section that can be used in other section, other pages as well. So yeah, for now let's keep it section hero. You can always go back and rename your classes as you go. I have a image in the background. I think I'm not sure if it's inside our asset panel. I think we have it. Yeah, there we go. We have the image right there. Also, guys, it's always a good practice to compress all your images. Webflow now supports this feature inbuilt, so you can basically open your asset panel like this, select all the images that you have. It might, yeah, it only works with JPEG and PNGs, and all those. The compression doesn't work with SVGs. So a nice way to kind of find, you want to filter out all the SVGs. So what you can do is basically, uh, let's say you can type here, for example, .jpg. Now you have all the JPEGs present inside. So I will add that to compression. There we go. And if I want to do it for JPEG, so there are no JPEG. I want to do this for now PNGs. There we go. We have these PNGs. So yeah, and these are for templates. So I think I will leave them for now. But these two are from the assets. So compress them. So again, a nice way to find assets quickly, based on their format. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me open up just to visualize this even better. I will open up the core structure. So finsweet.com/client first. I will go to here on the core structure strategy, so you can actually visualize it. There we go. So as you can see, we have the page wrapper in place, we have the main wrapper, then we have the section, which is header, or in our case we are naming it hero. Then inside that we are going to add padding global, then container, and then the padding section. I receive a question from Thais, which says, shouldn't you use dash instead of underline to name the folder section dash hero, example section hero underscore wrapper? uh, Again, Thais, that's not how we do it in client first. In client first, we have the section name with underscore, just to have a better, folder structure. So if I go to folders here on the client Finsweet extension, so you can also hit F to open it quickly. And if I go to sections, I will be able to view all the sections here. Again, this is nothing, like, it's not going to be a like major help here to kind of have them, but it's just, how we have kind of set up a guideline here, so just to maintain a consistency throughout it. So if you actually name it as like section dash hero, it's not going to make a major difference, but again, you won't have them in the folder structure. Right now we try to keep everything well organized inside folders, so whenever we want to create copies, rename elements, it's faster for us basically. Yeah. So I'm going to follow the core structure that we have in client first officially. But yeah, you always have, it's in your hands that you can tweak things little bit based on your own convenience. But whenever you are making changes to client first official, way of building things, please ask yourself, is this helping you to do something better, or is this making a difference basically? Yeah, so right now this is just a section. Inside this, I'm going to add a, continuing this, yeah, padding global. So padding global is something, so you can see that I'm not typing full names. So padding global itself. So padding global will create like some spacing on the left and right side. We do need it. You can see that on the left and right side, we need it. And then let's also view how it looks on the mobile, just to make sure I'm structuring it correctly. It's always a good idea to kind of have a look in the mobile just once. So you can see that we still have the background image, so that is fine. We can go ahead and set up that as a background image here. Nice. So let's continue. So padding global we have. Then I'm going to have container, container large, which is 80 rems. And then inside that, I'm going to have padding section large for now. Padding section will create paddings for the section itself, so up and down. Why do have it separately? Just to have better flexibility over the section. Again, these are like, you can switch things up, like you can have page padding section first, section padding first, and then have container inside it. But it is fine, you can keep it like this as well. Sometimes based on the section its structure itself, we do switch up few things here and there. But according to the main structure, we first have the container and padding global, padding section, basically section padding, which is named as padding section large here. So let's start this thing. Now I am going to add the background image. So to add the background image, what I will do is I will name this specifically as home hero, so that I can add background image easily to it. And basically create a cover, choose an image. Let's go back. Let's see. Okay, we have two images. I'm not sure which one to use. I think both of them are same, so let's use this one for now. This looks good. And yeah, and we also want to add some, you can see that there is a overlay layer which kind of, create helps create some contrast. So I will add another layer. This time I will add a black layer. You can see the color I'm keeping black, and opacity, let's say 60. I think that's a nice spot, or maybe 50. Yeah, 50 is nice. So now you can see that we have enough. It will help us basically create contrast for the text that we have in there. One more thing we should always do is kind of set all the fonts and all. So let me do that first as well. I will go to body. For all the bodies, I am going to set the font right now, which is set to system UI, to DM Sense. You can see it's right under custom fonts. There we go. It's always a good idea, on real projects, to go to client, this style guide page, and apply all the style guide, basic style guide first, like heading sizes and text sizes, brand colors, right before you start developing the website. Other things like creating buttons and all, that you can do as you go, but the basic things you should always do, like setting up right here. For example, I am here on the website. I'm clicking on the H1. You can see the H1 size is 72, line height is 80, weight is 700. So for H1, I'm going to do this 72, 80, nice. So 72 divided by 16, which is rem. Then 80 by 72. So 80 by 72 will give us a unitless number. There we go, 1.1111. Then we have weight, which is 700 bold. So now we have it, right? Now we will go to H2. So this is our H2, I believe. Let's see. These are also our H2. These are H3s. This is H2 basically. Oh, okay. So they don't really have a different styling for it. Nice. They might have it right here. Let's use this styling as our H2 styling. This right here. 46. Okay, I will have a quick look if I can see anything else. Yeah, this one is H3 for sure. This one is H3 as well. Let's see. Okay, I cannot click on it directly for some reason. No worries. This one 46 H2. So they have actually many different variations, which is kind of fine. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So let's keep this size as H1, H2, sorry, 46 and 52. So I will go to H2, then 46, 52 divided by 46. This will give us the line height, just like this. It is again bold. For H3s, it was 40. So there we go, 40 and 44. So let's see, 40, 40 pixel converted to 2.5 rems, and then 44 divided by 40 will give us the line height. Nice. So you can see that I'm setting up the basic styles, so that you have to do for all of the things. But sometimes I do it in the beginning. Sometimes I set it up as I go. It's your personal preference, like how you feel most efficient when doing this. Same you have to do with the heading style H1 and H2s as well. So for example, here it is an heading style H1. So whenever I apply this class to any text, it should be styled as exactly as H1 element in our website. So you can see H1 styling is right here, 4.5 rem, 1.1111, which is the line height. So let's simply just go here and apply this the same. So just to make sure, I am able to set it correctly. There we go. This is a faster way to do this. There we go. Nice. This is a H2. Nice. uh, by the way, here I'm checking this H1 and H2, so that when I kind of remove these default styling, what you see here is coming from original S2. So it's kind of a trick to get your styles faster there. There we go, like this. And you can always round off numbers, guys. For example, here 1.13 or 125, that is good. And then this will be bold, 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 nice. This is a H3, so let's again reset this. So this is what we have on the original S3. There we go. And it is a bold as well. Nice. So we have set up this already. Rest of the things we will set up as we go. Let's simply go to the home page now. For all body, let me see. For all body, all I have set up the font as DM Sense. Let's also see the size, the text size, the default text size for all the texts. I think this we can treat this as a default text. This is 18 pixel, okay. Then we have 16 pixels as well. We have 16, 16, 16. Okay, yeah, let's use 16 because that is what I can see in all the basic paragraphs and text size. So that's how we decide whether we want to go with 16 or 18 for the default text size. I'm going to go with 16, which is 1 rem. And the line height that I want to keep is 24. Okay, so 24 divided by 16, this will give us the line height, which is 1.5. Amazing, we already have it by default. Now let's go to the home page and continue building the section. Florian is asking, yes, I speak about the custom code cause I have a free account. When you make a website on Webflow, I cannot finish the tutorial cause you have the custom code. Yeah, Florian, I completely understand that. I try to cover both of the things, like how you can do it with custom code and without custom code, because in real life use cases, you have to actually, custom code makes a lot of things very easier. Yeah, so that's why I will try to cover both of the use cases. Yeah, this time. So yeah, let's continue building without any delay here. So very first we have the heading, we have this unique button as well, so we are going to build that too. And this looks great. Let's first have our headings here. Headings, nice. And you can see the text is white itself. So one thing that I can do is basically apply this to the wrapper itself. Let's create a new class and call it home header wrapper. And inside that I have the heading. I will take a paragraph. This is the paragraph itself. And what I can do is go to the section home hero and turn the text to white, or I can apply a combo class here. So text color white. There we go. You can see now everything is switched like this. By the way, guys, also on the body, I think I have not set the default font color. So let's see if I can fetch it from here. I can. Nice. Which is this color right here. So 52525B. Or maybe is this the one? Yeah, they're using multiple colors for the text. Yeah. So let's use this one actually. Always make sure to name your colors correctly, so like text color, or like brand color, primary, brand color, secondary. Sometimes when you have like a lot of swatches, so you have neutral 50, neutral 100, neutral colors, and then primary colors. So always make sure to name them accordingly based on your project. So text color is here. And then for all of our headings we want to have black color, so this is black, pure black. So I will do that right here. So again, I'm on the style guide page, apply this to all the headings. So black is fine. So all the headings is now black. just like this. I'm setting this up to heading style H3 for now, but yeah, you must set it for all of the heading styles that you have. Nice. So you can see that now this thing has turned to black. Now we'll set up a give this a class of text color white. So we have the white thing. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Exit what font, and here we have it. I think this white space here looks doesn't look very nice. So I am for some reason I'm thinking that maybe we can make this 100 vs section, so it will cover the whole screen. So let's do that actually. So what I will do, I will go to the section home hero, and I will give, I will, I do want to apply the style just to the section home hero. So I will click on selector and select only hero section. I will set the height or the minimum height to 100 dvh. You can use vh only, but now we have dvh supported inside Webflow, so we should always use dvh because that is dynamic viewport height. Just a second, guys. I need to connect my keyboard to the power. Nice. Okay, let's continue here. So I'm going to add, uh, let's see what I can do here. Okay, so padding section, I think I will remove this from here because I think I will go with custom padding for now. Let's see what we can do here. Then home hero wrapper, I'm going to stretch this to 100%. And let's see. Home header, padding global, this is coming right here. So I just set a flex box to the home hero section home hero, and now this should stretch. Okay, let's see. Actually, instead of giving the height to the section, I'm going to give it to the wrapper, just like this. So I removed it from here. On the wrapper itself, I'm going to give a minimum height of 100 dvh. That's much better. Then I will set up a bit of padding on the top. So for example, here I can move the padding if I want to, uh, in inside the home wrapper this time, but I'm going to give a custom padding here in this case. So 4 rems in the top, and then maybe 3 rems. I'm not taking exact measurement, guys, again, for the sake of live stream, but yeah, we have it here. Now let's wrap this thing inside a wrapper. I will call it maybe home header content. Yeah, that's a nice name. Content. Inside that, I'm going to move my h1 and paragraph, and then I can set up. I'm going to use custom classes. This one for here. I'm using a custom class already, home header content, and now I want to set a maximum width to it. So let's say 50 rems. 40 to 50 rems. This looks great. If I just set it exactly as the site, there we go, just like this. This is a little bit bigger. This text right here. If I check the font size, this is 22. So let's go with text size large. Text size large. In our case, we are using 24 here. And so if I go to text size medium, we are using 20 for the text size medium. So we, because I want a 22 in there, so what I will do is I can create a new class or edit this one existing one. I'm going to create a new one called text size x medium, which is like it's a little bit larger than medium. So 22, which is 1.375. Nice. To add spacing right here, what I can do is I can use spacers or margin classes. So, or I can apply it directly to the heading itself. I think we have covered the spacers in the previous stream. Let's now cover the margin classes this time. So wrap it inside a div block, margin bottom, then margin small. So yeah, we have some spacing. I think we need more, so margin maybe medium. Yeah, uh, margin small was also nice. Actually, I think I might also want to cover the custom spacing in this one as well. Let's actually do that. Actually, yeah, let's go with custom spacing for all the, I mean, apply spacing directly to the headings itself. So I'm going to go to all h1s and apply a spacing of 1.5 rem. This is how I personally do it on my projects as well. So generally, with client first, you have two spacing strategies for the headings. You add spacers or you add wrappers, which is margin large, margin classes, and all those are wrappers. But in this case, I'm going to go with applying this directly on the heading. And yeah, just to show you how I personally handle things here as well. Nice. So this is what we have. Now we want a button. Inside button we have an icon, some text, and another icon. So we are going to use a link block for that. Nice. I can see this button is unique. This is our button right here. So we have one button here, one button right here, and then a play button which is right here, which is nice. Let's see what other button categories we have. This is again a new button right here. And yeah, so let's name this one maybe as Shopify edition summer. Okay, we can name this as button, let's say CTA1 or CTA something like that. We have to give this a new name because I don't want to use the existing button classes for this one. These looks like, this feels more like the main buttons of the website itself. So let's call this, yeah, if you have any suggestions let me know, but I'm going to call them button CTA for now. So button CTA, yeah, this looks good. So this is just a type of button now. I can also call them like, I have button CTA like this. So button underscore CTA. Now let's add an icon in there. So I will add an embed. Right now the icon color itself is not changing, so I can add an image as well. So let's add an image. Choose it from here, which I believe I will not have. Okay, which is fine. So I'm going to drag it and drop it right here again. A fast way to download any asset. Just drag it and drop it inside your asset panel, and there we go, you have it. And then just make sure to add the original dimensions here, 55 to 54. And then let's give this a button CTA. You can see I'm typing button underscore CTA underscore icon. Okay, or I can call it left icon as well, just like this. Then let's give this a fixed width and height too. So oops, whenever you want to get original size in pixels, just click on pixels. So 55 pixels, convert it to rems, and because the dimensions are same, I can set it to auto or same as well. It is fine. Then we want to add a text, just like this, and another icon which will be on the right side right here. There we go, it's an arrow icon. So as you can see, I cannot really extract it right away. I'm going to show you a trick for that as well. I don't think we have it inside asset panel, guys, again. But you can use this source icons.relium.io, again a very nice source to find icons and really quick. So here for example I will type arrow, and you can see that we already have bunch of options to select from. So what does that look like? We want this one, arrow outward. There we go. We have a few options. Let's go with this one. Copy for Webflow, or I can download it as SVG. Let's download it actually, so that I can put it inside the asset panel as well. And there we go. Put it inside. Nice. I will copy the SVG code, or I can copy the image as well. Both of them are fine. This time we have an image. Okay, so the button is black. So let's actually copy the code so that we can turn it to white as well, because it's an SVG. We can convert the color. So copy the SVG code, and there we go. By the way, you can also open this thing in new tab, and then from there you can copy the code from here, like opening the page source. But yeah, let's continue. Let's not stop for this thing here. So button is CTA right icon. I can name it like this, or I can name it like button CTA arrow. Let's name that actually. Oops. So button CTA arrow. Yeah. Give this a size. I think it is 24 by 24. Color, I will make this white. Center align this thing. So 2 rems maybe. Yeah, this is fine. Now let's align our button like this. So applying flex box, center align this thing. Justify, we want to apply a gap, maybe 1 rem of gap is fine for now. So 1 rems, that looks good. Let's add some padding here. I think there are like 10 pixels padding on each of the sides. So 10 pixels. And you can see that the button is right now expanding. So there is one outline as well. So let's add one border. We might shift to outline later, but yeah, I want to add a white color here. Let's see. And the text will also be white inside. Size itself, again, use what font. The size is 14 pixels. Nice. So 14, convert it to rems, just like this. Oh, I think we have made this a lot bigger than the original site. Yeah, I think so. Let's have some estimations, guys, here. This looks a lot bigger than the original site for some reason. Yeah, this is the original site. So I think they are using double the resolution of the image itself, so that it supports retina displays. So I just checked this option. Images HIDPI is uh, high dots per inch, basically. Yeah. So hide to auto, there we go. And now I will set this thing again. 28. 8. Nice. This I'm going to reduce the size, maybe 20 or 24. Yeah, let's keep it this way for now. And zoom in a little bit. I will zoom it. There we go. Let's set up the text. Oops. There we go. And remove the decoration. So I don't want any decoration. You can see the button is right now kind of expanding to the very last. This is because we don't have any flex applied to the parent of it. So I will quickly apply flex align left. There we go. Now we have it. And here I will use a spacer class just to create some space in between. So let's add a spacer class. Here I will call this spacer small. Nice. So I have some space here. There is some roundness to this as well, maybe 8 pixels of roundness, or maybe 6 pixels of roundness. Radius, basically. I'm calling it roundness for some reason. Yeah. So we have it. And then on hover, what I want to do is, let me also zoom in. On hover, I want to change. You can see the border itself, and increase the border width. So on hover, let's make it 2. But there is one problem. Let me show you. So here I just applied the hover uh, style, and I'm also going to set up transition of maybe 100 milliseconds. Now the problem is you can see that the button is jumping. The reason is radius in Webflow is generally set outwards. You can see here. So whenever we set the border width itself, it is outwards itself. So instead of using borders, we can use outline here, and 1 pixel of outline, which is white. And then on hover, I am going to make this 2 pixel. There we go. And when I'm hovering over it, okay, for some reason it is not working for me. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Now it is working. So you can see that I have a outline right here. And now if I go to transitions, you can see right now it is set to opacity. I will set it to all the properties so that there is a smooth transition. There we go. Now this is working really well. Cool. We have it very close to the site. Looks great. Now let's build out this section right here. So I will take another div block inside the hero header wrapper here, and I will call this home header, maybe bottom. Let's call this bottom, yeah, because this is something that will remain in the bottom, right? So yeah, let's do that. And here we have two parts: home header bottom left, and then we have bottom right where we have a button itself. So bottom left, we are going to add a button. Let's call this a button only, which is right here. The background is white, the text color is black. Then there is an outline or a radius. This time we can set up a border, right? Let me zoom out a little bit so that it is visible. There we go. And the radius I'm going to send to 10 rems so that it's having the rounding. Start free trial. There we go. And on hover, I want to change a few things. So let's first add transitions to all the properties. 100 milliseconds is good. On hover, I will make this transparent. The text color will be white. I think that is what we want. Yeah, this is what we want. Yeah. Actually, let's not have this as a primary button. I'm not sure because right now this section especially needs a white button, but in rest of the sections we won't need a white button. So yeah, we I think we should not you call this a primary button or something. Like, we have other buttons as well. Let's make a black button instead as our main button for now. So let me remove this thing, and then we will have a secondary version is white version. So for example, button is black, and the text is white. The button background is black as well. And on hover, how does this feel? Okay, so on hover we are changing the color a little bit. So on hover, there are few things. You can take the exact color here, like for say, we have, for now let's have something like this maybe. Yeah, for the hover itself. Generally when we do design, we have all the colors with us, guys. Yeah, so okay, so this is our primary button. Now I will create a white version. So is white, you can call it is secondary, is white. I'm going to call it is white for now. I think that is much easier. So here we have is white, text is black. On hover, now I'm going to make this transparent, and this is all good. The text itself will change to white. Yeah, now we have it. Let's check it out. Looks good. Okay, so we want a small text. So on the left, I will take a text, copy this text here, start for free, then set it up like this, have some space in between, and then also set some max width, just like this. I can set up a max width on this class as well directly. So for example, text block, I think this is a small text, so let's give this a class of text size small. There we go. And I'm going to wrap this thing inside max class. So max width, max width is small. Let's see if it works. I think we need even smaller. So max width x small. Yeah, this is good. This is good. I think even x small will work. So max. Yeah, this is better. There we go. You can always change the values, guys. But yeah, I do wanted to use it. There we go. On the left side and on the right side, I want a play button. So I will call this maybe button underscore play, a new variant of the button. Okay. So button underscore play. I can also name it something like this: button play underscore element, you know, or only button play, and then inside that I have. So it's kind of flexible. It's up to you. So for now, I'm creating button play. So this is my parent level button itself, and inside which again it's going to have a lot of similarities. So actually, if, instead of creating this, let's give this a class of button so that we have all the styles applied to it. Let's take a text block and an icon. So again, I'm going to use Relium icon library. Take the icon, download SSVG. There we go. Nice and fast. Embed. Let's take the code, paste it here, and call this play button play icon. Yeah, that sounds good. I can have underscore here as well if I want to. Let's have underscore here actually. Button play icon. Yeah. So button play icon. So you can see that I have under button underscore play because that is my button variant, and inside that button variant I have the icon. So that's why I am kind of having two underscores here. And let's give this a size of 20 pixels, just like this. Here I'm going to create a duplicate of this and call this button play. So this is my button play variant now. Add a flex box to it. There we go. You can see that, guys. It's kind of again stressing the button because of not having the option to inline flex. So we can add a kind of class here which is display inline flex. This will kind of fix it, but the thing is we don't want to add this by default to all the buttons. It's just not it doesn't feel right to add this combo class to all the buttons. The better way to do that would be to kind of have a button wrapper always with your button, or you can add your button play class to the global styles. For example, if I go to the global styles and if I find the inline right here, let's see. Oh, there we go. We have it here. There we go, display inline. So we can add this button play class right here as well. So this is the custom code way, of course. As I mentioned, I'm going to try to cover both of the ways. So here, if I add it, this will be fixed. This issue, it will make our button more flexible. Or you can always have a button wrapper basically to kind of make this thing more flexible. So if I remove this, there we go. I will wrap this thing and I will call this button CPA wrapper. This way I can always have my button like uh, nice and tidy. Yeah, so let's set a flex. There we go. Remove any decorations from this. Again, the color itself is kind of transparent, so a white a little bit like this, 20. Just going to style the button itself. On hover it becomes white, the text becomes black. Because we are using the embed, you can see that it's also taking the colors automatically. Then we need 1 RAM of spacing, or we can simply have high spacing here as well, so 1.5 RAM, something like this. So it's on you basically how you want to do it. Yeah, So let's actually maybe edit here actually. Yeah, let's do that. The plus point of adding the spacing on the button icon will be that even if I remove this, this can also work as a button itself. So that's why I kind of have it here. Even if I add it here, this will be also fine. So I think, yeah, yeah, both of them are fine. Let's keep it this way. Even if I remove it here, this is fine, just fine. um Watch the Shopify store trailer. Nice. Again, this is a light box, so we could have a light box here. So let's add a light box, and inside the light box I can call it maybe button light box, inside which I can add any button. Now I cannot really add a link. Okay, so I can name this directly. We cannot add links inside button lightbox, guys. So button CTA, and then inside that I have added the text and all things. There we go. Delete this thing. uh, there we go. Oh, it's not button CTA. Sorry, my bad. That's why I was confused why it is not working. It is button play. This one. This is what we want. Okay, nice. Now it should work fine. There we go. Nice. We have a light box now. So this is all good. Now I want to kind of push this thing to the bottom. So maybe adding margin auto and then setting up a flex will do the job. There we go. So now this is a nice way. What I did basically applied flex to the home header wrapper and then set margin top to auto, which will push this thing to down. Yeah, and if I want some spacing just to make sure, I can add a row gap of 2 rems, just in case, when things get closer they will not overlap each other, or they will not touch each other basically. Yeah, this looks great to me. Okay, this thing should expand. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So for some reason this is not expanding. uh, Container large, padding global. Okay, so why this? Okay, I have applied a flex box. I need to remove it. There we go. Now there we go. Now this is looking much better. Right now you can see I have the 100 vh class applied to this. If I remove it, this will look something like this, where now what I can do is apply spacer classes here. So I can maybe add a spacer, just in case I'm showing this version as well, spacer xx large maybe, or I can add a custom spacer as well. So home header spacer like this, and then give this a height of maybe 5 rems, even more, just like this you can see. So let's give this a space of, for example, 8 rems, and we want some more top space. Let's do 10 rems. Also, our nav bar you can see is kind of overlapping. It's coming over the hero section, so we are going to set this thing to absolute. We don't want to set it to fixed yet because it's not fixed really. This thing is actually separate. You can see that. Yeah, I don't want to do that for now. So let's create our navbar now. So navbar underscore component or nav component, both of them are fine. you know Container, we will create our own container as always. So container large, then I will give this a class of is nav. I will put everything inside like this. Then this will be our nav menu. This will be our nav brand link. This will be our nav menu button. Yeah, let's see. So container, let's add flex to this thing. Delete the old container first. Okay, let's figure out how we are going to structure it. So this is our brand link right here. If I go to phone, I do want to check it how it looks on phone, on mobile view. So let's see. I can see that We have the menu icon on the right, then we have a start free trial button, which we can make conditionally visible, and inside this we have login and start free trial buttons as well. Nice. So let's keep all this thing inside the nav menu. So nav menu itself is right here. First, let's remove the background color and make this thing transparent, just like this. Then I will set this to absolute, stick it on the top, give some z index maybe 10, and then set the color to white, because in this case it is white. Yeah, so let's set the text color to white, or we can set it directly. So right now nav links are not taking the colors, so because I think it's coming from they are taking it from the nav menu right here, so we can set it here as well. So nav link, just like this, and give this a custom color of white. Yeah, there we go, this works. Nav link, we also have mega menu. Let's create that, it would be fun for this stream. We have mega menu. Let's create that. So we will take a drop down. We'll try to show nice way to create mega menus. So nav drop down, yeah, this is fine. Inside that I have again nav link, because the toggle itself is always styled as the nav links, and here I will add a class of its toggle, just to make sure if I need to apply any additional class, additional styling because of this arrows here. Yeah, so I will have that. So 20, there we go. And for this, nav drop down open icon, I think that's a nice name, icon. I will zoom in a little bit, guys. Yeah, let's see. This I will set to static, and I will move this to the right side. This will be nav drop down toggle text. Let's call this actually toggle icon, better name. Yeah. So now we have our nav drop down setup. This is our nav drop down list. There we go. And inside that we have the drop down links, right? So I will try to create this here. Let's see if we have any questions. Sanjay is asking what is the client first certification and how to get it. Sanjay, client first certification, we have answered this like previously as well, but yet I would like to keep it short again. So client first certification is a certification that will be given from Finsweet to anyone who is interested, basically who wants to certify them and identify them as a client first expert, right? So basically you have to go through a examination, a test, and we will review your projects, and based on that we will certify you that hey, you are a client first expert. So basically it's a client first expert certification, which is going to give you an official certification by Finsweet itself, right? Right now the applications are not live. We are going to inform you when it is going to go live. It's under working right now, but yeah, this is the brief about client first certification. Just like other certifications, you can see like Webflow expert certification, we have make certification, all good platforms have their own certification. Similarly, we are going to launch client first certification. So if you are good at client first, make sure to apply for it. Yeah. Nice. So here I have the drop down and toggle is here. Let's simply style this thing. This looks great to me. I'm just styling it. Delete this one. Here I will add a image Shopify logo, which I don't have here. Let's see if I can export it directly. I don't think so. Hmm, let's see, SVG. Okay. Okay, so here we have the logo. So I downloaded it from the net. Basically, I just have the SVG code right here. I downloaded it from the inspect element. So I'm also using a Relume extension, which allows us to kind of copy SVG codes and paste it inside Webflow as embeds. So here you can see that I have here. So I can basically name it as nav brand logo. Generally, you can have embed here, but you can also have image files. Right now I'm using SVGs, so it was kind of possible to have an embed here as well. Nice. This looks great. Now let's go to a bigger screen just to make sure I'm styling it properly. I do want to add a padding class here, so let's wrap this thing in a div. So padding global class. Nice. Nice. And here let's align things perfectly. Go back. So this whole thing will be nav menu. So I'm going to extend the nav menu. I'm going to use sizing, and then this second option, grow if possible. Now you can see it is extended. And here in the nav menu, I'm going to create two wrappers. So one of the wrappers will be for the nav links. I will call this nav links wrapper. And on the right side, I can call this nav right, nav menu right, like this, because it's under the nav menu. And yeah, this looks good. And then here inside I can add the button now. Okay, so let's take up two buttons. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. Log in, and then here we start free trial, just like this. Let's call this a button. Now this white is kind of a different than what we have here. I think when I'm hovering over it, it's not really having a transparent look. So I can call this is white v2. Okay, so because like this is a white but a different white. Okay, so is white v2, or I can have is white, like to have this faster, and then I can quickly duplicate the class and call this is white v2. Yeah, this is good. So on hover this time, the background color is just going to go a little bit down, like maybe 90. Just creating this swatch right here for now. Then the text color will remain as black, I think. Yeah, it is going to remain as black. Nice. Here again I'm going to add a class of button, and because you can see that it's not really having any uh, buttons roundness around it, so we can, but we do want some is just for accessibility, we do want some padding so that it is kind of easy to click on it. So you know what we'll do, we'll use a button class and create a new one called is link, because this feels like a link, right? So it's type link or is link, both of the names are fine. Let's make this button transparent. The color will be white. There will be no border radius, and on hover they are going to get the underline, just like this. So we have the buttons in place. Nice. Let's see. Now I'm going to give this a flex box, the nav menu, and here we have our nav bar almost ready. The nav trend link is let's add some margin here, maybe 2 rems, maybe 1.5 rem. Yeah, this looks good. And let's publish the site. Oh, we have something new. I'm seeing this for the first time. Yeah, I did saw that we have different uh, views here. They've changed it a little bit. How can I open it now? Okay, I think from here. Yeah, staging production. Nice. So there we go. This is our site, and this is the original site. Our container size is looking a bit different, so we can increase it a little bit if we want, but yeah, or we can keep it at our sweet spot that we already have. Uh, I think I do want to kind of decrease the size of the button and make it a smaller in the navbar. So have let's create a, you know, a new variant here. So I small buttons. So here our button, I will create a new class called is small, where I'm going to, oh, we already have it. Nice. So with client first style guide, we already have it. So I will simply apply it here, and you can see the button is smaller now. So that is best. Nice. Let's continue. What else we have? Now let's create the mega menu. I will also add a little bit of padding, maybe. No, it looks good to me, I think. Yeah, this is all good. Pricing. And then we have another drop down which I will add once we have styled the first one. I think they both look a bit different, I believe. Or no, they are same actually. Yeah. Never mind. So we will get to that. Let me go to the chats if we have any questions so far. Abdul is asking, how are you? How are pixel automatically converted to RAM? So you can basically, there are two ways to do that, Abdul. First of all, you can use, you can use calculations in Webflow. So for example, here it is 4.5, right? So if you have 50 pixels divided by 16 RAM, and it will be converted. Or you can use extension. I have created my own extension, which is potato extension. You can install it in your Webflow if you want. It's just a extension that I created as experiment, basically, to help you with build website faster. So you can definitely use it right here. There we go, potato extension for Webflow. Yep, feel free to use it, and that will help you to kind of convert things faster. So for example, you have 50 pixel, type 50 and then hit space, it will convert it to rams for you automatically. Yeah, so it works with all the fields as well. uh, this is awesome. Thank you for doing a Shopify related business client first. Thank you, bro. Bro, tripping. Nice. Okay. Jay is saying, what is the third party that copy into SVG? So I for SVGs, I'm using icons.relume.io. Whenever you copy it for Webflow, and when you paste it here, you can see it appears right here. If you copy, you can copy it for Figma as well. You can download this as SVG as well, right? If you are asking here again, if I go to any SVGs, you see an option to copy SVG code. This is basically also coming from potato extension. So once you install it, you will get all those features like copy SVG code, copy as HTML embed as well. Yeah, so you can use that to kind of add new features. I think I can also show like we can do a small video about all the helpful extensions like what font, css paper, and all of those are really helpful extensions. Then color pickers, we have a few. Yeah, let's see what else do we have. uh, so Serka, he is asking, hey everyone, I have a question regarding naming convention for spacing. Why do you guys have words like large, small instead of putting actual units such as 2 RAM, 4 RAM, and so on? So the reason for having that in a, having a small large is so that you are flexible to add your own numbers in there, and you are not bounded with like 4 RAMs and 8 RAMs. So let's say if we kind of name it like 4 RAM, 6 RAM, 8 RAM, right? When you are working on your own projects, it will be hard for you to kind of go through each of the classes, rename them, and you might have to create a lot of new classes. Instead, what you can do is you can change the values of classes that are already present inside, right? So that's why, just to have more flexibility, that's why I do it. One more reason is, one more reason, a small reason I would say, could be that, for example, you have named this as max size, let's say spacer 8 rem, right? But on as you go to tablet, as you go to smaller screen, they might change as well. So just to make sure there are not confusions and all, we have the convention with small, large and all. But when creating custom classes, you might use those terms. And sometimes with max, when there is like a very unique section where I need a max width, what I generally do is I do create max width and then the exact unit, because I know I'm not going to use that class anymore, right? So it's not going to affect the flexibility of my project. So in those cases, you can actually use units, but for all the default spacing classes, spacers, paddings, and margins, it is suggested to keep it like we have already, like large and small and all, all those words that we have in there. Okay, let's see. Slipstream is saying I'm excited to see the mega menu. Yeah, I'm excited as well. Nice. Abdul Ahad is saying you type padding in one place and all the four sides are applied with the same padding. How are you doing that? So for that, what I'm doing basically, for example, let's say here I type it on the first place. So 20, I enter a space. Now it is converted to rems. Now there are two ways to do that. So first, you can hold shift and make a horizontal mouse movement like this. So for example, right now in the top, it's in the top. So instead of moving it like this, when you yeah, hold shift, you can basically do this. But to avoid errors, you can move it to the right, and you can see that it is applied instead of moving up and down. There we go. Or you can click on it for some time, hold your mouse. Once you can see the color is changed to black, the backdrop color, the background color, then you can press shift and now it is applied to all the sides. So these two tricks I use all the time. Okay, let's see. Let me remove it from here because that's not what we want here. Let's create the mega menu, guys, without wasting any time. So let's open the menu first. This is how it looks. Now what I want to do is, let's see, have it cover the whole screen. This is covering the whole screen. Nice. So for that, what I will do is I will kind of go to the, okay, I can always, when it is open, if I want to select the original class, I can always do this. I can apply the styles to open as well, the open pseudo class as well, but generally I don't do that. The reason is, when you apply any changes here, for example, you apply a, let's say, a background color to the black, there is a minus point. So background color is black and this is white, text color is white, let's say, or the background is black for now, let's say. The thing is, when I am kind of opening and closing it, what Webflow does is, using JavaScript, it is removing and adding the class, right? So in some cases you might see blink of unstyled drop list. To avoid that, what I generally prefer is I apply the styles directly to the class instead of the open state of the class. Okay, so I apply it directly here. I will apply the black class just like this, and let's see how it looks. We are going to make, I can also see when I'm opening it, the nav bar color, the background, the color of the nav bar is also changing. So we can set up maybe a Webflow interaction for that. And then there is an outline here as well, which for some reason is not looking that good. It creates a white, like, empty space. But yeah, let's have it. In our case, we'll have it, no problems. Yeah, so first style this thing. Let's style this thing. So here I think what I will do is I will set it to absolute. But now the problem is, you can see when I'm setting this to absolute, it is relative to the navbar component, and I want to make it relative to the body itself because it's kind of expanding to the very end. So here is the main site. Yeah, so let's do that. So for that, what I will need to do is set uh, set the nav drop down to static. Now let's open it. Now you can see that it is expanding up to this point, which means it is kind of having nav menu as relative. So again, set this to static. Oops, my bad. There we go. Now it is kind of expanding like that, and I think we have it. Like, we have the initial thing. There we go. Nice. So now what is happening is, basically it is using nav component as its relative element, which is expanded throughout the screen, right? That is what we want. So simply I'm going to go with this way. Let's make this thing a little bit bigger. Guys, let me know if things are clearly visible on your screen. Yeah, otherwise I will try to adjust things a little bit. Nice. Let's see. So solutions, open it just like this, and then I will add some margin right here, which is 100%. When I add 100% of margin, you can see that it is coming right under the nav bar. Okay, so that is plus point of having 100% absolute top here. Nice. And now inside this, I'm going to add container and everything that I want. Okay, so that is what going to do. So this, let's also, how much it is how much is this thing expanding? And this is a bit glitchy, I think, on the live website. It's almost expanding up to like 80 vh. Yeah, it's not 100 vh. Let's have this. So for example, here height will be 80 vh or 80 dvh. We can keep it that way as well. 80 dvh. Auto overflow, I will set it to auto. So for example, if we have more elements, it will, have auto scrolling enabled. Then inside this, I am going to add a container large. I'm also going to add a padding. So basically, I'm creating the whole section structure inside, right? You don't have to be afraid of these drop downs. They might look a little bit overwhelming, but I also used to be afraid of mega drop downs, but they are actually pretty simple to create. It's like creating a section inside a drop down. That's it, as simple as that. Now you can see that I have this right here. Let's create this component inside here. So uh, I will create a whole component here, which I will call it maybe, uh, let's see, drop down links. No, drop down links. No, it doesn't make sense. Links list or something like that. Yeah, let's go ahead and create that. How much padding do we want? We want around, we have two of them. So we have top section and then a bottom one as well. So let's divide this thing into two parts. Let's start a new convention called mega menu right here. A new component basically. So nav drop down is fine. From here, I will start mega menu. So mega menu wrapper. Okay. Inside which I'm going to take two parts. So mega menu top and one will be mega menu bottom. There we go. As simple as that. Now on the top part, you can see that I have a grid, right? So let's simply add a div here and call this mega menu uh, grid. Okay. And I'm going to turn this thing into two like four columns. These are equal columns. I can actually not use grid and it still be fine as well. So yeah, let's have mega menu column. So mega menu call, this is also fine. And then here, so basically what I'm doing is like this. Let me show you. So mega menu grid, you can see that I have it like this, and then I will expand it. So you can see I already have the columns in place, right? And here I'm going to add new div block, call it mega menu uh, call header, because it's like column header. And inside that we have icon. So I will take a image just like this. I think we have it. We have the icon here. uh, it's not the same for some reason. Yeah, but let's see if I can export it from here. No, I cannot. So I will try to copy the code really quick. Oops. 100%. Will this work? No. Oh, there we go. Here's the SVG. Copy the SVG and paste it here. Error processing the SVG. Okay. Okay, let's use something else, guys. I will use these icons for now, maybe. Yeah, let's use this, no problems. For now we will use that. uh, okay, so we have this, and then we have a text block which is kind of the title itself. So nav mega menu header, all header title or header title, both of them is fine. So header, I can call this header wrapper, inside which I have a icon. Inside icon, I'm going to give them the original dimensions, so 48 by 48. So icon menu, header icon, mega menu, header icon. I cannot speak properly now. Okay, there you go. So 3 rems by 3 rems. This thing is start. Okay, let's create one of them. In I'm not just to make sure we are saving time. I'm going to, add here. I can remove the title class if I don't want to apply styles directly to it. So, for example, in most of the cases, we can go with text size large. Okay, there we go. And then text size semi bold, text base semi bold, basically. Yeah. So, here we go. We have it like this, just like that. And now we have some border. So, we will add that. We have some padding too. So, padding is in the top and bottom. So, 0.5 rems, maybe, or maybe 1 rems. We go, and some gap in between two. So let's add some gap, maybe 1 rems. Okay, what I'm doing wrong here? Okay, I'm adding it to the wrong place. My bad, guys. Sorry. It should be here, not here. The padding must also be removed. So header wrapper, there we go. 1 rem. Now this is fine. Okay, let's see. Just a second. Okay, it's just a friendly reminder, guys. We have reached the 1 hour mark. I'm going to continue building the nav mega menu. Once we finish the mega menu, I think we will call this a day for the stream, and then we will continue the build. We can have multiple parts, but yeah, let's continue the build for now. Nice. So I think I do want to keep it as text size large. Again, guys, we can always change the sizing just for the time being. I am kind of estimating the things. Okay. So here, 1 gram into 1 gram. Yeah, I think the sizing is fine for us. Yeah, and then I want to add some border line. So border bottom one, the color is something. Okay, we can take the exact color, like we can always inspect the code just like this, and we can take the color from here if you want to. But again, just to save time, I am just going to simply use an estimated color for now. Let's see if I can find it here. Border color, there we go, I found it. I will use it then. Oh no, it's a variable. Okay, never mind, guys. Let's not waste time there. Instead, I'm going to give this a color estimated, like myself. So maybe something like this. Yeah, this is good. Nice. So we have the header in place, and then this is the structure, guys. So we have mega menu, header is here, and then the mega menu list. So mega menu list. Inside the list, I will have items. So I will take another div block. I will call this list items. Okay. Yeah, inside which we will have the list item itself are links. Okay, that is nice. So let's basically convert this thing to a link block. Nice. And there we go. Inside that, add a text block. First, let me change the color to white. There is no decoration in it. Another text block. And just copy the first one, maybe. Business, build your brand. There we go. The text above looks a bit bigger to me, and this one looks smaller. So this will have text size small. And then, oops, I have the wrong one to text size small. There we go. This one will be bold as well. So text weight bold, I think, semi bold. Yeah, much better. And do we have icons? No, we don't have icons. We do have some spacing, so maybe one rem spacing just like this. And then I'm going to, oops, create duplicates of the list item itself. There we go. We have it. Let's delete these old ones that we don't need. Nice. So here we have it, guys. I do want to create some spacing here, so maybe one rem. Yeah. And on the top, I will add some spacing, maybe one or two rems. 1.5 rems. Yeah. There we go. Oh no, not padding global. My bad, guys. Sorry. I want to add it on the top, the mega menu top class. So here I will add 1.5 rems. Or even maybe 2 rems. Yeah. There we go. So we have this, and let's see on hover we have an icon coming out of it. So actually, we should have done it right here. So first, let's set this to relative. Again, for icons, I'm going to go here, arrow right. There we go. I think, let's see. This icon looks good. This one right here. So copy for Webflow and paste it right here. I'm going to call this icon mega menu link icon and give this a size of maybe 4, 4, just like this. Set this thing to absolute, and the mega menu link will be relative. Nice. It is coming right after the text, guys. We might do a small trick here, that we might have to wrap this thing here instead. So for example, I can wrap this thing in a div block, call this mega menu, uh, let's say list title wrapper, or maybe link. Yeah, that also works. Link title wrapper. Inside this I will set to relative. Let me zoom in a little bit, guys. There we go. Relative, and then the mega menu icon will go inside this one. This will have a flex property of vertical set to left, and now you can see the button is coming right near to the text, the heading text itself. Now what we'll do is set this thing to relative and this thing to absolute. Nice. And as you can see, when I kind of I want to move this thing like this. There we go. So if I move it 100%, you can see it's on the right side, right? By default, if it's on 0%, that's how it is. So what I will do, by default, the opacity will be 0, and the position, the movement, the movement in x-axis will be 0 as well. However, I do want to make it 100 and the opacity to 100 as well. Now what I will do, I will simply go to this CSS preview feature in Webflow, copy the code to clipboard, and then I will go to our global styles embed in Webflow, and here I will create a new section called site codes. Okay, so these are site specific codes. And here what I will do is when we are hovering over the mega menu link, okay, or list item, let's see the class name of ours, what we have there. So we have list items. Okay, let's rename this to thing to something like list item only. Yeah, when we are hovering over it, I want to move this arrow to the right, like 100%, right? So that is what we are going to do with the CSS. We can always create this thing with Webflow interaction as well, but again the process will be same. But again, it's using CSS is much lighter, so we prefer that for these smaller tasks. You should always use custom CSS. So link icon, list item, link icon, nice. Opacity, we can remove rest of the things because we just want this. So when hovering over it, so you can see that I added a hover uh, text right here. So semicolon hover, on hover we will get the child icon and move it by this. Nice. Now let's go to this and add some transition to this, maybe 100 milliseconds again, guys, and then set the default position like this. Now when I'm here, you can see this is how it is working. You can see that it is not moving right now, so I think I set the, there we go, transition to opacity only. So I will send it to all the properties, so it will cover movements, opacity, everything. Now you can see that we have a nice interaction. And for some reason it is, I feel this one is much better. Yeah, I don't know why. I just love it. Yeah, nice. It's nice. I can move it a little bit more, like 110% maybe. Yeah, this looks good. Nice. Let's open the net again it and now copy this thing. One more thing we can do, guys, because you can see there are a lot of links here, right? So for to make it easy for your client, you can put this thing inside maybe CMS, right? Or you can create a component out of it, which means symbol. It is it is a bit confusing. So let's say mega menu link. Then you can name it like, what is this thing? So I personally like to call it like this element. This is the element. And now you can connect the properties to, like, you can create override properties right here. There we go, create a new property. But yeah, for now let's not do that. I generally, what I would personally do in this case is kind of create a CMS so that client can edit it easily. And now you can see that the it's kind of going over the page. Here we go. You can see that the scroll is kind of enabled automatically, right? This is what I meant before. uh, yeah, so let's see how we can do it now, how we can like move further. And now what I will do is basically delete rest of the columns and copy the one that we already have, just like this. Let's create the bottom one right here, as simple as that. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Which is the bottom one? This is the bottom. Yeah, it is kind of expanding perfectly, I believe. No, it is kind of sticking, just like what we have here. Okay, it's fine. Let's set maybe a flex to this so that we can now stretch it. Mm, padding global, we have mega menu wrapper. I'm going to remove, guys, head like height from the list itself, because again you can see that there are some gaps in the between, in the bottom part. So let's remove it from this thing itself. And instead what I'm going to do is add it to the wrapper. So mega menu wrapper, this one, let's add it here. And yeah, it's just, it will be better, I think, to style again. These decisions we make according to the flexibility of the site itself, so I think this will be more flexible. So here I will add uh, height of 80 dvh, or what I can do, yeah, this is fine as well, yeah, and overflow to auto. So on the bottom part now, our bottom part will stretch. We can set it to have the sizing automatically, but we will stretch it just to have a better design, I think. Let's pick up the color right here like this. Oops, I think I picked up the color. There we go. And you can see that the padding global is coming in place. It's kind of, creating that issue for us. So there are two ways to kind of fix that. Either we can have negative margin, or we can completely remove padding global from here like this and add it directly to this thing, to the nav drop down list. So drop down list will now have 2.5 rems of padding on both of the sides, just like this. And we will try to match it up with how we make things responsive. So now, okay, so still this problem is right here. So instead, I will actually use, let's keep the padding global, guys. I think instead I will kind of set negative margin to this thing. So 2.5 rems. See how it is here. Oh, it is going all over the thing. Yeah, actually, what we can do, one more thing. Let's take it out of the padding itself. Now we can have it this way, but this way, again, I need to make a few adjustments. So let's remove it from here and remove the height from here. This looks good. Again, I will apply the height to here. See, I'm I'm kind of making changes again and again, but it's fine. You can do this. Generally, to have more flexibility, what you can do is wrap everything inside a div block like this. So for example, wrap this in a div block and call this mega menu master wrapper. So this is like topmost wrapper again, and inside this I am going to add rest of the things. So heading, height itself 80 dvh to this, then auto, then some, uh, what is this, flex box vertical. This is good, this is good, and here now I can start working, creating rest of the things. So again, I will need something similar, just like this, and delete the headers. We don't need the headers this time. Also, we don't need these many items, we just need one. Here we go. Nice. Mega menu top, we don't need this class. We are going to remove this. Mega menu wrapper, we don't need that as well. We just need the grid and padding global, guys. There we go. And oops, there we go. Yeah, this is much better. Yeah, you can see that it is kind of not, in our case it is stretching. The reason is I have kept some space right here. If I kind of change the sizing, this is how it looks, which is also fine. It's not end of the world, which is fine. Or what I can do is kind of give this a height auto like this and set a maximum height instead, so that we don't have that spacing in between, right? I don't think we have that now. Yeah, we don't have it. Yeah, all good. Let's do it this way actually. And now you can see that I want some uh, lines here. So let's do that. What I will do is unlink this thing, unlink the instance. Oops, when I'm deleting this, Webflow is, oh, it's closing. It's annoying. For some reason, it closes this thing. Okay, no problems. So this will, I will give it a combo class of uh, I want that line in between there. So I'm just trying to think how I should do approach it. I think I will create some gaps in between the columns. Yeah, maybe one rem or two rems like this. And here, I can create a combo class. Is And white, oops, not all of the items, is with border. I created a new class is with border, right? So there we go, white. And then I'm going to copy this class all over the place, just like this. We are almost there, guys. I do have a very nice announcement for everyone that I want to make here. A new link, white. Okay, it's like with border. So with, I think it is fine. We can call it mega menu link with border, or just like bordered bordered element. I'm not sure if that is a word, but yeah. Now you can see that I have created a component out of it. Paste it here, paste it here, paste it here. Looks good. Add some padding, rems. No, not here. Sorry, in the bottom. There we go. Two rems, one rem. There we go. This I will make it a little bit lighter. Yeah, we have it. You can see, guys, it's not overflowing when I'm here. Uh, I think we do want to make things a little bit smaller in our case. Okay, guys, when it is publishing, let me announce good news. So for some people, so we this is our fourth live stream. Please correct me, Victoria, if I'm wrong. This is our fourth live stream with Client First, and we already have 10 winners who can, who will get the discount code. So we already have 10 people who have attended all the live streams. I do want to give them a huge shout out, and also thank you for to them to kind of attending all the live bit sessions. I hope you found these sessions helpful and useful. So let me announce the names really quickly. So we have the names. First, we have Alex from WF Devs. Congratulations, Alex. We are going to update you with the discount code. Then we have Fred Ria. Congratulations, Fred. We have Oimachi. Oimachi, congratulations. Then we have Rachel Ward. Nice, Rachel. You also have attended all the streams so far. So congratulations and thank you for that. Omkar is also here. So Omkar, thank you for attending us this stream. Proud of you, brother. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this so far. We have Pablo Cortez. Nice, Pablo Cortez. We have Penny. As always, she is the first who joins the stream. So thank you so much, Penny, and many congratulations to you as well, Pablo and Penny. We have Sonja, Sonja Snoyink. Uh, Congratulations, Sonja. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Please feel free to have a slap icon, in the chats if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. Yeah. Then we have Nicola Toledo. Congratulations, Nicola Toledo. Uh, we are going to update you with the discount code as soon as we have it. Let's see. We have one more, which I think I missed. The name is Olga. Congratulations, Olga, for the client for certification discount code. You will receive them on your email whenever we have it, in coming months. So congratulations for everyone so far who have joined all the streams. And yeah, if you haven't joined all the stream sets, don't worry and don't feel bad about it. We are going to do like multiple streams to come. You can always you know mark your attendance with the form whenever you join the stream. It's completely fine. You don't have to worry about it for now. Yeah, let's guys continue the build and finish it off, so that we can wrap this stream up, and then we will continue the build in maybe next parts in next streams. Let's see. So we have it like this, nice, and you can see the mega menu is right here. I think in our case I have made the text very large, that's why it's kind of yeah, it's kind of having an overflow here, but it is completely fine, guys. We can make things smaller. Basically, if I go inside, I'm using components, so let's do it right now. Try to do it fast. So here I will change this thing Oops. And now Webflow bugs. Okay, so edit the component. Please don't close. Okay, it is closing. Text size, text weight this. Okay, the text size is small as well. Padding, I will reduce it. Let's see how much padding I have. So now let's see how it looks. Ah, this looks much better. Yeah, this looks much better, guys. The text itself is not completely white, so it kind of gets white when we hover over it. So text color, I'm going to set it to this one, text color, and on hover I'm going to make this white. I'm going to add a transition as well, 100 milliseconds for all the properties really quick. And now you can see that we have this, which is great. You can see that the text, the heading itself also converted to a different color, so we can override that by having a text color white class right here. And now if I go to this, you can see it appears like this. Again, I think I have a wrong color in there. uh, yeah, let's try to fix that really quick, guys. And for some reason Webflow is closing the drop down whenever I'm trying to change the classes. So maybe now let's see. Yeah, this is much better. Cool. Yeah, this looks good. For the bottom one as well. Let me know, guys, if you know this thing is something which is happening with me, or have you also faced this thing. Text color white, also text size is small. So I added these two classes to both of the kind of, there we go, and we have it. The padding top and bottom looks a bit smaller in Webflow, so let's make those final touches really quick. Here it will be 1 rem, 1 rem. Here as well it will be 1 rem, 1 rem. This looks good. Publish to staging. Again, guys, it's on you. Like, you can actually replicate the whole thing if you have the right measurements. Generally in client projects you have right measurements, but in our case we are just taking estimations. Now this is looking much better, guys. And now you can see we have a mega menu created in the live stream, which is amazing. I hope I'm not missing anything here, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, there are a few things that we have done a little bit differently. Like when hovering over the top link, it shows the arrow, but here it doesn't show it. Yeah, so maybe there are two different links, but yeah, I hope you get the idea how we create this thing. And we can maybe, one more thing is there, adding the interaction so that the background of the nav bar becomes black. We can also do that. Actually, let's cover that on maybe the next stream, but for now we are good, and I think we can stop it here. So in this stream, we created the hero section, the nav bar, the mega menu. We covered the basic structure of the client first, which is right here. So if I zoom in a little bit, we have page wrapper, nav bar component, then we have section. Inside nav bar, we have, you can see that we have the nav link, the nav drop down, inside which we have mega menu. So you can see all the structure right here. We are going to share a read only link with you. I think it might not be possible to share it here on the chats because of the limits, but I'm going to share it with you on the description. You will find it in the description. Let me share it with Victoria so you can find it on description. Yeah, go ahead. When we do the next live stream, make sure to build your own website up to this point so that you are following along, and so that you have questions whenever we start building next time. Yep. And let's see what we have next. Let's see if we have any other questions, and I will say goodbye then. Afloni is saying, please Harshit, more people use Webflow with a free account. When you use custom code, many people can't make your move during your life building. Okay, yeah, Florian, I do keep it in mind. So for one custom code that we used for this interaction, in the next stream I'm going to cover the non CSS way for to building that as well. Okay. Yep. We are going to use Webflow interaction in order to do that. But other than that, I think we will use Webflow interaction in all of the rest of the places left. Okay. Yeah, I completely agree with your point, Florian. In the beginning, we don't really have the plans, so I completely agree with that. Thais is saying you can achieve the same result by using interaction the way Harshit did. Yeah, Thais, that is also correct. You can do the same thing, change it in the Webflow interactions panel. This is the more efficient way what I did, and like this is what we suggest personally and what we follow in Finsweet as well. Whenever it is possible to use like minor CSS snippets to create some interaction, we do that because it is CSS based and not JavaScript based, right? So yep, again shout out to all the 10 winners. Nice, let's see. I'm just reading the chat, guys. Thank you, Penny, thank you so much. Duncan, thank you so much for joining the stream. Penny is saying thanks Harshit, great work. Thanks for joining, Penny, again. Feel free to share any feedback you have for the streams. Thais Jochi is saying, thank you, Harshit. Learned a lot today. I'm glad that I was able to share this with you guys. And yeah, I think we can end the stream from here. Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining. Srinath, thank you so much, brother, for joining again. And okay, so yeah, I think we should call this a day. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. I hope you enjoyed the stream. We are going to continue building this website. Until then, I will see you in the next stream. This is Harshit Agrawal signing off. Bye bye.